Okay, number 9, we are subtracting 5.5 minus 8.1. So here's what we want to do first. We want to change this to addition. And we do that by changing our subtraction to addition, and then we change the second number to the opposite. So let's do that. Change this to addition, and we're going to change this to its opposite. So positive 8.1 is negative 8.1. First number stays exactly the same. And now we are adding two numbers with different signs. So add with different signs. And the steps to solve one of these, first you need to take the absolute value. The second thing that we do is we take the bigger and we subtract the smaller. And then we're going to use the bigger sign. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's see. First thing, take absolute value. The absolute value of 5.5 is just 5.5. The absolute value of negative 8.1 is 8.1. This one is smaller. This one is bigger. So we're going to take big minus small. Big minus small. With decimals, I like to stack them up and down instead of writing them horizontal. So I'll take the bigger one, put it on top, take the smaller one, put it down below, and we want to make sure that we line up our decimal points and all of our numbers. We need to make sure we're a little careful with this. So our decimal point is going to go right down below. And let's see, 1 minus 5 we're going to need to borrow. So 6, 7 minus 5 is 2. So we have 2.6. And then we need to use the bigger sign. So when I look at my addition problem, the one that had the bigger absolute value had an absolute value of 8.1. That was a negative number. So my answer also needs to be negative. Negative 2.6 would be my answer for that one. All right, number 10, negative 7.34 minus negative 5.51. Again, I'm going to change my subtraction to addition. So subtraction to addition and then opposite. So first step, super easy. We just take this subtraction and we change it into addition. The next part, we're going to take the second number, which is negative 5.51, and we're going to change it to its opposite, which is positive 5.51. And that first number is going to stay the same, negative 7.34. So now what we're going to do is we're going to follow our steps for adding two numbers with different signs. And hopefully we remember that the steps we take for adding with different signs is we take the absolute value, we do big minus small, and then we use the bigger sign. So if I take the absolute value of negative 7.34, that gives me positive 7.34. If I take the absolute value of 5.51, that gives me 5.51. And I want to take the bigger and subtract the smaller. All right, and just like before, I like to stack them. So big minus small, 7.34, 5.51, subtract, and I'm really careful to make sure that my decimal points are stacked. That way I know where the decimal point is supposed to go in the answer. So now I'm just going to subtract. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 minus 5 I can't do, so I'm going to borrow. This is 8, and 6 minus 5 is 1. Okay, so I'm almost there. I just need my third step, which is to use the bigger sign. When I go back and I look at my addition problem, the number with the bigger absolute value was 7.34, and in the original addition problem, that was the negative number. So my answer is going to be negative 1.83. And then number 11 says 6.673 minus negative 8.29. I'm going to change subtraction to addition. Changing subtraction to addition and opposite. Okay, so change subtraction to addition. And then I need to take the opposite of negative 8.29, which is positive 8.29. I take the first number and leave it the same. So now I have this addition problem. And this is adding with the same signs, but because these are both positive, I can just add the regular way, which is really nice. And once again, I'm going to stack them. Whoops. So I'm making sure that my decimal point is right below all those other ones. All right, so I noticed something a little funny here. I noticed that there's nothing right here in this empty spot. And if I'm subtracting, how do I know what to subtract if there's nothing there? Well, we know that using numbers, nothing is represented by 0. So I can add a 0 right there, even though it wasn't in the original number, and it doesn't change anything. I can add as many zeros as I want next to a decimal point, or to the right of a decimal point. So now I'm ready to subtract. 3 minus 0 is 3. I need to borrow. So this is 8. And then 5 minus 2 is 3. 6 minus 8. Ooh, I'm not subtracting. I need to add. Silly me. Okay, so again, 3 plus 0 is 3. 7 plus 9 is 16. 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9. And 6 plus 8 is 14. All right, so as you can see, even I make mistakes sometimes, but the nice thing is that I caught it. So my answer is 14.963, or you could say 14 and 963 thousandths.